thoughts on that?
Well, obviously everybody had a chance to witness a classic. That was a classic college basketball game, and I said to Doug afterwards, obviously we were very thrilled and fortunate and a lot of things with this victory, but they obviously give them a lot of credit. It was, my guys know I reference boxing quite a bit. I mean, that's as good as it gets. That's the old days. That's Ali and Frazier and those cats when they used to go at it. So I'm proud. I couldn't be more proud of a group of kids than I am in that locker room. And these guys know I talked about it all season about telling our guys we're going to need every guy on our team at some point. Tonight obviously was the night we needed everybody. We had some guys come in that hadn't played a lot lately, make some big plays, and then our older guys carried us, especially the two guys that are sitting up here with me tonight. But great game. We're thrilled with the victory. Opportunity to move to the semis, which Marshall's never done. So we obviously got to regroup quickly and get ready for a great Southern Miss club.
Okay, we'll go ahead and start questions for the student athletes. We have a couple mics out there. If you raise your hand, we'll get a mic too. Questions for the student athletes.
No questions? Let them go to bed.
Start on the front row.
Dre, did you see how many minutes you played?
54.
54.
You can't bitch about minutes no more, son. Had to. I'm not trying to. It's a lot.
You sat out
he's a workhorse, though. He's a workhorse.
Sat out 1 minute of it.
And he was mad when I took him out. Yep. He's a workhorse.
Other questions for DeAndre and Shaquille? Doug?
Oh gosh, I'll pass it somewhere. I'll come
That's
back.
a first.
Did you have one?
Yeah.
Come to the front row, get a mic to you right here, please.
For both of you players, talk about, I think y'all lost by 4 to Southern Miss at Hattiesburg, and you won by 4 last week. Talk about that matchup.
Southern Miss is a good team. We played them tough down there, and came down to probably the last shot that we didn't execute on defense end, but we beat them at our house on senior night. Shaquille Johnson, Jameer Doggo on senior night. But like I said, they're a good team. We played them twice. We know what they run, they know what we run, so it should be a battle tomorrow.
Southern Miss, just like DeAndre said, the first game, things didn't go to, down the stretch, things didn't go our way, but, the second game, we came out, fought, and we guarded them a lot, held them to like 40% from the field, so, tomorrow, it's going to be another dog fight, so you just know we got to get back to the hotel, and get ready for the game tomorrow.
Doug, you have one second row, left side.
Okay, DeAndre, was fatigue starting to become a factor at any point, and how are you guys gonna get your rest for the game 3 o'clock tomorrow?
No, fatigue wasn't a factor. My back was locked up a little bit. I've been having a little back problem, but I'm good, and I think we should be good tomorrow. We're gonna ice up, do whatever we drink up, do whatever we gotta do to get ready. We won't be tired. 3 overtime, we won't be tired. We'll be ready to go at 3.
Other questions? Eric?
DeAndre, can you talk a little bit about overtime and just really taking it over when you guys needed key baskets you were able to convert?
I think we was down about 4 points, but we kept being down 2. We had a foul, and I was looking at Coach, I'm like, want me to shoot a 3? And he said, no, keep driving to the basket. So I just kept going to the basket and made a few layups and got a few calls. And it wasn't just me, though. Our bench stepped up. Chris Moore hit a nice 3. Jameer missed 2 free throws, but he got the rebound and dunked it back. And tennis was great. And Shaq was great. Everybody was great, man. It was a team effort today.
Aaron?
Shaquille, can you talk a little bit about fouls? And just, it seemed like neither team could get any kind of flow offensively because there was just so many fouls called in this game.
Yeah, we knew coming into the game how physical it was going to be. We knew it was going to be a dogfight. Both teams, us and Tulsa, we both, take pride on toughness and things like that. So, we knew how it was going to be. And we tried to play without the foul, but, we couldn't. The refs called a tight game. We just kept playing.
We'll go to the second row. This will be our final question for the student athletes. Go ahead.
Last year you guys played against West Virginia, a very tight foul game. Does something like this kind of make you think back to that and kind of the situations where you step back up and?
Yeah, you think about that. We had other games like that. Sometimes in practice, Coach Herrion puts us through times where we can't touch the other, other team. He calls practices different ways. Sometimes like how the rest would be. So we just had to adjust to it.
You you guys welcome to head back to your dressing room. We'll continue with Coach Herrion.
Let's get rid of the bus, all right? Let's get out of here.
Questions for Coach? Start here with one.
Tom, have you ever won a game where 5 of your players fouled out?
I don't know about that. And fortunate to be part of some great games historically, you know, throughout my career, a lot of different stops. This was obviously one of the top classic games I've been a part of. You know, we obviously had adversity with the fouls. They had a couple guys foul out really late. We had some guys foul out kind of early, so we had some guys step up and make big plays. Oh, God. And we had to. And, you know, we had some guys carry us down the stretch. I thought DeAndre was tremendous with the ball in his hands late in the game, late game situations. I think that they had a hard time keeping him in front. But to answer your question, I probably not that many guys. Not that many guys.
Another question for Coach Herrion? Eric?
Coach, can you talk a little bit about Pena's 4-point play and just the big momentum swing that brought?
Huge. Little set play we run that. Did a great job. He caught it off the catch, and they kind of were on him, so he shot fake, lifted, and he got the kid off the ground. And obviously, you know, he's a great shooter. Made a big play. It was a huge momentum. There's no doubt about it. Might have could go back to a lot of different. I mean, you go to a lot of plays when you go in a triple overtime game like that. But that may have been the biggest play in any of the overtimes because it really might have broke their back a little bit. Gave us really a great jolt of confidence.
We'll go to the other side.
Kane, 40 points. I mean,
I didn't know he had 40. I'm not trying to be funny. I mean, I know he was really good, but you know, 40 doesn't matter to me. It was just the control of the game he had late. He was in complete control of the game. He was at the point. You know, we can say he's not a point. We don't know what he is sometimes. You know what I mean? But he had the ball in his hands, and he ran clock, and then he drove that thing, and he obviously played with a great purpose down the stretch.
At what point did you realize that he was just going to be able to kind of get in there every time?
He's a really good player. You know, I see it a lot in practice. You know, and they were worn down. I think we wore them down as much as we got worn down. So we, he had, you know, like I said, he had great command of the game late, especially in that third overtime.
Let's go back to the other side. Doug?
I don't know if you realize it, but those were Dago's first points.
Yeah.
And I guess what kind of a job did Tulsa do on him until?
Yeah, you know, they're a good defensive team. I mean, Doug does a good job with his club. And we, you know, in fairness to Dago though, it wasn't one of those games where we ran a lot of stuff for him. You know what I mean? We were going off our ball screen offense. You know what I mean? Shaq and DeAndre and Pitts to a lesser extent had the ball. You know, so I'm not necessarily, I give them credit, but I'm not sure we did. You know, probably looking back on it, I probably didn't do a good enough job of getting him more shots. But flow of the game, you know, it wasn't that. But the one he made was a huge play. Make no mistake about that.
Other question for Coach Herrion? Okay, thank you, Coach.
Thanks.